Hi survivors, it's me Purpose Ann reporting to you. Hope you guys are doing well, because what's going on in this world is not. I want to talk about that hideous Burning Man festival, what happened out there. I don't mean hideous as if the festival is a flop or whatever. Most people said they were enjoying themselves before the flooding occurred. There's a lot I want to say about it. They say at least 2 or 3 months worth of rain hit that area, Nevada, all within 24 hours. It sounds like a Harvey event to me. That's what we experienced in Texas during Hurricane Harvey. I know I talk about it a lot, but that's just facts. And when you get that type of rain, that type of water, that type of flooding, it's not really much you can do. It's not really anywhere you can really go. But what I do disagree with, how they were trying to keep those people confined in that one little area, trying to keep them confined in that one area, telling them to just hunker down to save food, water, and I think fuel. But the thing about it, how much food, fuel, water, and fuel they think is going to sustain those people, and for how long? This one man, he hiked out of the event for 6 miles. That's why I always iterate the importance of walking, the importance of exercise, and the importance of not smoking, because y'all, these days and times are very questionable. It's something very questionable about all these weather-related events and things that just spontaneously happen, especially when there's like huge event, a lot of people in one area all at one time. And one thing about we learned about these officials, when they're telling people to do stuff, it seemed like people would be better off doing the opposite. I'm not trying to encourage that. We saw that over there in Maui. They was telling those people, they was blocking those roads and telling people, oh, we didn't alarm the people, we didn't alarm people, we didn't want them to go into the fire, which really they brought the fire came to the people while they was sitting there in their cars and all that. Y'all, it's just a mess. And it seemed like whatever they tell people to do, when people do the opposite, they survive. Just like they were telling people to stay over there in that festival area. A lot of people are still there. And the people who got out, they're able to get around some kind of way, even if it's just walking. In that muddy water, they able to maneuver and do things on their own and not be confined to some area where it's all these different people. And you know, if it's a heavily populated area and resources are very limited, how long you think they're gonna be able to survive like that? Water not gonna last long. The food not gonna last long in that area. So if they able to get out, hike, and get away from that, maybe they could find some of the resources they need, like the food and the water. I like to encourage people these days and time to be going to these concerts and events. It's just not. I know we still have to live our lives. I know it's heavy out here. People are stressed out, and people feel like, you know, like for my birthday, I splurged a little bit with money, but I usually try not to because times are really hard right now. But it's like you got to spend your money on bills and all this other stuff. Sometimes you want to do things to enjoy yourself. But the thing to me not to do is go to these heavily populated events and concerts, because it seems like they usher in their agendas at these places. Allegedly. But that's what's really going on. We've seen time and time again, just like that concert out there in Houston last year. Or was it the year before last now, where that big rapper had that concert and them kids end up going there and not being able to leave. And parents lost their children like that behind a concert. You know, I'm just saying, it's just too much going on. You know, I'm not saying stay confined in your house and stuff like that. I'm just saying it's safe. It might be a little safer. So, you know, I just don't understand how they would tell people to just stay confined in that area. To me, it makes no sense. It's if they care about what's going to happen to people anyway. They don't give a damn. They don't care. You know, and I just try to stay close to my preps nowadays. I'm not lying. Try to stay close to people that I know I may can call or depend on, and vice versa. You know, in times of catastrophes and calamities, because we're seeing it more and more now than ever. Huge weather-related events just happen spontaneously in a blink of an eye. I don't know what their weather forecast predicted for that area before that event, but I'm trying to see, like, if it did predict that, why would people go to that? And if it didn't predict that, why come that didn't happen? Because sometimes the weather people, aren't they supposed to see what's going to happen before it happened? So I'm trying to see, like, that community aware that this was going to happen? Because I'm pretty sure if they did, they wouldn't have just went out like that. Or if they did, they would have been more supplied and have more of the things that they needed. Y'all, it's just too much suspect stuff going on. I mean, this is all allegedly. It's just too much going on. Too many fires, too many floods, too many hurricanes just popping up, too much heat. Oh my God, too much heat. It's just too much going on. We just seeing too much these days and times. Every time we turn around, every day it's another event. And I can't say what I want to say. Y'all follow me on Patreon if y'all really want to hear what I want to say. Because they've been censoring people big time on YouTube, and I ain't trying to be no target for nobody. And but y'all, most of y'all that been following me for the last couple of years, y'all already know how I feel about all this suspect stuff. So we all just have to be very, very careful and try to stay as near to safety as you possibly can, and stay away from them heavily populated events and concerts and stuff. I hate to say that. I mean, me, that's what I'm doing. I don't trust the system. I don't trust the people that's running it. I see a lot of ugly, nasty agendas. I told y'all it was some event early this year. I was working and there was a lot of people there, but I was making money because usually I try to stay away from that. And they had, it seemed like stuff was all in the sky and been allegedly airplanes flying over the event. I was like, come on, man, this is just too much. But anyway, y'all follow me on Patreon if y'all really want to know what I got to say about that. So let's just be careful, stay prayed up, and stay out of harm's way, man. I got to the point where I don't go to the grocery store when there's a lot of people. I try to go either early or really early in the morning. And I think it's safer and cleaner that way because like they either just cleaned it the night before or early that morning. There's not a lot of people in there touching stuff. It's easy to get in and get out. I just do everything strategically nowadays because I make calculated moves because it's just too much going on. And now we're seeing a lot of more sicknesses come about too. So that's another reason to try to stay away from a heavily populated area where a lot of people are, a lot of these big events, and just be careful. Please follow me on Patreon for real, raw, uncut, unfiltered content. If you're looking for land in bug out areas, I do have some for sale and lease in Texas. Please sign up for the free newsletter at PrepperZan.com, and you can always get your survivalism gear off of PrepperZan.com as well. All the proceeds go back into the channel to help me to keep delivering this message. And as always, watch this world, watch that weather, smell your water, and always boil and purify your water before you use it. Just know to be careful out here these days and times. Prep, pray, stay out the way all day. PrepperZan.com, and keep surviving. It's a must.